Hello YouTube! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home decor, and DIY projects every single week. Before we jump into this video, I do have a quick announcement to make, and it's kind of a big life update. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know the news, but I am moving, and I'm actually moving from Chicago to LA in September, and I'm just so excited to be in a new space. I'm really excited to bring you guys along on this journey, and I'm hoping to make some videos on what it's like to do a cross-country move, as well as things like moving vlogs, which are always fun to watch, and of course decorating a new place. I'm like so excited to have my own patio and have a washer and dryer. Maybe I'll do a cute laundry room video, but there are just so many ideas running through my head and I just can't wait for September to come so I can make all these videos. But that is what I wanted to share with you guys before we jumped into this video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer. Okay, so now that I have that announcement out of the way, let's go into today's video, which is all about my favorite craft tools. And I think that most of these items are pretty universal. It doesn't really matter what kind of crafts or DIYs that you do. These are definitely going to come in handy. So without further ado, let's get into the first item. So this first item is really going to be handy if you make a big mess whenever you're working on projects or DIYs or art. And it is none other than my handy dandy craft roll. And let me go grab it. I don't know if that was anticlimactic. So I actually bought this craft roll during Christmas time of 2016 so that I could use it to wrap presents, and it has lasted me a really long time. I've had it for like 3.5 years now, and originally it was a 12-pound roll. It is still such a huge roll. It's still pretty heavy as well, but it has lasted me so long. I honestly use this thing in like every project that I do because I do tend to make a big mess and I don't want to ruin my table or my surfaces. So this just really comes in handy. You don't have to get one that is this big, but I do like that I haven't had to buy another one of these for a really long time. And what's really nice about having a giant craft roll in your home is that you can use it for so many things. So I like to use it to cut out for using like guides for my frames. I also like to use it for just like packaging things. So whenever I'm shipping things or returning items, I like to stuff the box with some of this craft paper. But there's just so much that you can do with it, and it has just come in handy and really does justify the 30 bucks that I spent on it all those years ago. So if you don't already have a craft roll, I would highly recommend that you get one. It honestly just makes life so much easier knowing that you have this on hand. Okay, so this next one is not really directly a craft or DIY tool per se, but it is something that I have found to be so handy, and best of all, it was basically free because I already had it at home, and it is ta-da! Pasta jars! So after I'm done with my pasta jars, I like to clean them out, remove the stickers, and use them for storage because they are just the perfect size for holding all of your brushes and your pens, as well as water for when you're doing paintings and things like that. And if you don't already save your pasta jars, I would highly recommend it just because it's a great free way to have some extra storage as well as some really useful items around the home. I like to use my jars for literally any type of storage, not just for my crafts, but I found that I was spending quite a bit of money on storage solutions for my craft supplies, and honestly this is just the best way because it's free. I also just really like the way that my brushes look inside of this jar. I don't know why, it just gives me like super artsy vibes. And I also like to save kimchi and like salsa jars so that I could use it for paint because it's a nice shallow height. So if there's anything that you take away from this video, it is to save your glass jars and reuse them for your art supplies. Okay, so this next item is super basic, and I hope that no one gets mad at me for including this in the list because it's super obvious, and it is a glue gun. And I have talked about glue guns before on my channel, and I don't want to be that DIYer that just like glue guns everything together, but honestly they are such great tools to have, especially since they are so versatile and you can do so many things with them. So the ones that I have in my hands are super old and pretty cheap. This one I got many years ago, and as you can see, I have a black glue stick in it, and that is really nice for when you're working on darker surfaces and you want to hide the glue a little bit better, especially since regular hot glue like this one dries in that weird clear white color, and that does not look cute a lot of times. So you can buy black glue sticks and that will really hide the glue on top of your projects. And not to mention, you can buy some heavy duty glue sticks from places like Gorilla Glue, and that's really important for projects that really need that heavy duty bond. And not to mention, you can also buy glue sticks for fabric, which is really handy in gluing things if you don't want to sew things together. And one of my favorite uses for my hot glue gun is using it for envelope seals. So you can buy wax seals like this one and just put it into your mini glue gun, and that just speeds up the process so much faster. This was especially useful for my wedding because I didn't want to sit there and put the wax over a candle every single time that I was sealing an envelope, and this really just helped me out so much. So if you don't already own a glue gun, which I'm assuming you do if you watch this channel, then you definitely need one. It's only $4 or $5 at Michael's. You can use a coupon on top of that. So there's just no reason for you not to own one, and yeah, that's all I can say for glue guns. Super handy and super useful. Okay, I just remembered one more thing about hot glue guns, and this is something that I learned this year. I don't know why I didn't already know about this, but wireless hot glue guns exist, and I don't have one for whatever reason. So that is definitely going to be one of my next craft purchases, is to invest in a wireless one, because having wires is just so inconvenient, and I really just want to be able to do my projects anywhere. So a wireless hot glue gun would be the ultimate upgrade. That is all I want to say about hot glue guns. Moving on to the next item. When it comes to brushes for DIY projects, I'm usually not picky, because having cheap brushes like these ones that I got in a pack, or even foam brushes from the dollar store, really work well for most cases. But when it comes to projects that need a lot of detail, I really do prefer to use some higher quality brushes, and these ones are my favorite ones from Royal and Langnickel. These ones are just my favorite because they are high quality, and they also have some padding so that it doesn't hurt your fingers as much, especially since you're doing detail work with these brushes. It gets really easy for you to like hold the brush really tightly, so I really appreciate how comfortable these are. And although these cost a little bit more than what comes in a standard pack of brushes, I really do think that it is worth the investment. And these ones I actually picked up at Michael's. I can't seem to find the exact link to them online, but I will leave all the info down below, because honestly they are my favorite. I love to use these for calligraphy, but also just any type of detail work, especially when I'm working on artwork that requires really thin lines. I just love these brushes so much, and I cannot recommend them enough. This next item is something that I think every DIYer and crafter needs in their arsenal, and it is the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. It is just the best white ever, and what I really love about this is that it is so opaque and easy to work with. It has also lasted me a really long time, and the trick with it is just to grab a little bit out of the jar and then mix it with a little bit of water, depending on the consistency that you're looking for. But this honestly is just my go-to whenever I'm working on any projects. It has lasted me many years now, and even though it's a little bit pricey, it is definitely worth it. This is just my favorite, and I would highly recommend this to everyone. So we're down to the last items on my list, and they kind of go together. And these tools are especially important if you work with paper or fabric or even a Cricut machine, and it is a self-healing mat as well as an X-ACTO knife. And I feel like I just can't stress enough how important it is to protect your surfaces, and I have definitely messed up a few tables in my day, so investing in a self-healing mat is super important to me. This one is just a pretty cheap one that I have from Michael's. It is the Recollections brand, and I haven't had any issues with it. It was pretty cheap, but I love to use this mat, especially if I'm doing projects with my Cricut. And along with that, I love my X-ACTO knife. I think they just make the best precision blade, and also it's just a lot safer than using a box cutter to cut paper and things like that. You just have a lot more control, and you can also replace the blades pretty easily on this. So I've had this blade on here for quite some time. It probably needs to be changed, but I find that having an X-ACTO knife is just so handy to have. Even if you're not working on crafts or DIYs, an X-ACTO knife is sure to come in handy in your everyday life. Alright, so those were all the supplies that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. And if you have a favorite tool that I missed in this list, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm always open to buying more items for my craft supply collection. But I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in for my announcement. I am so excited to go into this next chapter of my life, and I can't wait to bring you guys along. I just have so many ideas for this new space. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you found it to be helpful, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every single week, and to keep up with me on a day-to-day basis, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will have all my info right here. And that is it for today's video. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!